back with an interesting topic. Ashoka, the emperor who gave up war. Around 2500 years ago, which is nothing but 400 BCE, few kingdoms raised, and those kingdoms were called as Mahajanapadas, which literally means the kings of the greatest kings. Four major Mahajanapadas were Magadha, Kosala, Avanti and the Vajis. But Magadha was the most powerful out of them. So Magadha is generally ruled by three dynasties: Haryanka dynasty, Shishunaga dynasty and Nanda dynasty. The first ruler in Haryanka dynasty, which is the first dynasty in Magadha, was Bimbisara. Bimbisara only conquered Anga through wars. But how did he conquer 6 more Mahajanapadas? Yes, marriages. He married around 500 wives and conquered the total Mahajanapadas, including Kosala and Avanti. So, there was a succession problem. The next king, because he had approximately 1000 kids at that time. So, Ajatashatru was one of the son of Bimbisara, who was born to Kosala Devi. And yes, instead of winning all his brothers, he just killed his father to take the throne. He was not a weak warrior, but he conquered more than what his father did. He conquered 10 Mahajanapadas, including Gandhara, Kosala, and the southern part of Avanti. These were very powerful kingdoms at that time. And if I say you that at that time, democratic government was there in Vajis, but not that form actually, because it was republic. And that's why it was called the Republic of Vajis, which means a set of rulers ruled the territory. And it was very hard for Ajatashatru to win the Vajis. So he went to Buddha and got some tips and tricks. So Ajatashatru sent his minister Vasakara to divide all the rulers in Vajis. And when conflicts raised between Vajis, Ajatashatru raised a war. And yes, with the new introduction to technological weapons, Ajatashatru easily won and defeated the Republic of Vajis. By this we understood that Ajatashatru was a rude ruler but also a good warrior. But then his successors were not as powerful as Ajatashatru. So they were uncommon because they didn't even conquer even one Mahajanapada or even Janapadas, of course. So, one governor of the Haryanka dynasty, who was called Shishunaga, next took up the throne and started the Shishunaga dynasty. And yes, he lost few parts and conquered few parts, and those were common. But the 10th and the last king of the Shishunaga dynasty was Mahanandin, who was a Kshatriya, and his son was a Shudra called Mahapadmanandin. So Mahanandin denied for his son being a king because his son was a Shudra. But then Mahapadmananda killed his father to take the throne. And yes, he took the throne and then started the Nanda dynasty. And yes, he was also much ruder than Ajatashatru, of course. But why did the second and the last ruler of Nanda dynasty was prisoned? Yes, he was conquered by an ambitious ruler. We are going to learn about that much later.